Hey, we have returned with Terra Invicta, going into part 2 of today's episode. And we have decided what magic item Takewee's going to get. So she's going to get Dusk Crusher.
Yeah. Not the Duck Crusher as Jordan thought it was.
Yes, not that. I'll go ahead and throw this picture up on the stream here.
Face dog.
Super cool picture of this hammer. Love it. There we go. That's a little bit easier seen. So, yeah, it's like the sun is thrown around the sun itself. It does
damage.
It does do damage. It is a +2 warhammer, magical warhammer that deals radiant damage, and deals extra radiant damage to well, I think it's originally undead creatures, but we're going to say demons because that's more in line with our campaign here. And then the hammer also lets you cast the Sunbeam spell, which gives you 1 minute's worth of magical sunlight lasers once per day. So, I need to find the actual stats for it because this just kind of tells you about it. Here we go.
I'm just basically adding a +2 warhammer and then just changing it up.
Yeah, here I'm dropping this in the Terra Nullius / Invicta chat here. This is the actual stats for it. So, anything on there, go ahead and throw it in. The entry for the warhammer, and I think we'll just go with that name too. It's called Dusk Crusher. That's cool.
That's a cool name already.
Yeah.
I mean, not quite as cool as Duck Crusher, but I mean, it's pretty close.
That would be, if there's like some weird plane or something where there was evil ducks and Bootsy had to go there to fight them with his spiritual chickens, then he'd have the Duck Crusher, and him and his chickens would fight the evil ducks. Also, we're gonna go ahead and real quick before we.
Is the Duck Crusher's unique ability Quack Attack?
Yeah. I was trying to think of whether or not we should make the rolls now for Lirith and Tavi or wait until you guys are actually finished. I think now that I'm thinking about it, we should wait until you're actually finished with anything else you wanted to do here. And then as soon as you guys are actually going to transport, we'll flash back and do all the rolls necessary.
Right, because we've been here for an hour and the portal only lasts 10 minutes. So
hour
they went in. Yeah. And we were definitely talking for longer than an hour, I'm sure. So, but basically, the last thing that Takewee will say to Mikhail is just like, if I see my sister, you have my word that I will try to redeem her. I don't know that I could. Well, I will try to get what she stole back from you. And she basically just leaves it at that.
Yeah. Okay, I have an idea for a scene before you guys leave now, based on that. So Madoc wants to talk to you real quick, Deli.
Of course.
As everybody's kind of splitting up and whatnot. So Madoc takes you aside and says, "So, Deli, how is the whole chaos magic situation going?"
It's definitely going.
I'm trying to remember what happened. Well, I'm trying to remember what's happened since last time I talked with him.
You had your weird, like, dump all your chaos out thing.
Okay, I couldn't remember if that or approximately when that happened.
That was during the ship voyage. So,
and I did that to get rid of the slot egg, or no, that was what did I use to get rid of.
Yeah, it was
I used
something like that.
You ate the sword.
Yeah, I ate the sword and had to use it to get rid of the curse. That was it.
I think that was like a incidental thing.
Because that was put.
I think you were doing it to get rid of the slot egg or whatever. And when you did it, you just got rid of everything.
Because I remember they cut me open, essentially. They did surgery on me. But I don't remember if they were able to fix
something else then, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
Because I remember we were trying to
Well,
talk out.
yeah. So the thing was, she got the slat egg, and then we were cutting her open, and like we somehow magically cut her because her stomach is magical, and so when we cut her open, we like seeped out all the magical like guck. That was.
I don't remember if that was in
Wasn't
addition to
it-
the slot egg or not. Like,
Wasn't it
didn't
that she had
'Cause
already
this-
internalized it because she like
Yeah,
that's what it was, right? They cut
yeah.
open her stomach and it was like a black hole, and they
It
were
wasn't
like,
a black hole. It was just like goop. Like,
yeah,
it just
yeah.
looked
But
like
it
a
was
stomach.
basically like she had already like internalized and pulverized the slat egg, and it was gonna do bad things to her, but there was no way to cut it out, and so she had to do the weird chaos thing. I think that's what it was.
So that's what I was trying to remember. So she's like,
Yeah.
It's definitely been going. I ate something I shouldn't have, which was new, and
Oh, really? Tell me
I
about that.
did it twice. Well, you see, when I'm at the shrine and I'm eating things, usually I'm guessing they check those for curses. So I ate some
Usually.
cursed stuff. And that
Sometimes it's more fun if we don't, but
yeah, it wasn't very fun.
because me eating things is not typical, right? Like I'm very atypically like doing what I do, right?
Yeah.
So okay, like ew.
It wasn't very fun, but I survived, and it's been difficult being away from the shrine because all of my magic is powered by me eating things, and so not being able to have like a pile of magical garbage to eat. Well, we've been in some tough times a few times because of it.
I see. Yes, there's still something very odd about you, Deli. I've seen wild mages before, but you're certainly something different. There's you having to eat magic or items to power your spells, that's completely unique. There's nothing else like it in the entire multiverse. Which scares me and fascinates me.
Thank you, Doctor Who.
Does it scare you more or fascinate you more?
They're about even right now, but I could see it tipping one way or the other based on what happens. If you explode, please let me know.
I mean, I kind of did. Not like completely, but well, see, I ate a cursed sword and I ate a weird.
Did I know it was a slot egg?
I think after everything happened, there was at least
Okay.
one roll made by someone to know what it was, so.
So I ate this cursed sentient sword and a slot egg. And to get rid of.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Deli. Tell me all about that. The slot eye are kind of like my worst enemy right now, so I need to know anything you know about them.
Well, they're impersonating one of your temples, and I tell them where. I don't remember where it was.
Yeah, it's like okay, I'll get some agents on that right away. Oh, those darn frog things. Okay, so the wizards of the cult of the hopping prophet. That's probably who you stumbled upon there. The slat eye are, well, let's just say they're complete chaos in the bad way. And I'm kind of trying to exterminate. Let's just put it this way. When I became the god of chaos, I was given a plane to inhabit, right? It's called Limbo. All just chaos and stuff. But it turns out sometimes when you're given a house, there are termites in it. There are vermin inhabiting it, and you need an exterminator to come through. The issue is there's not really a good... Wait a second. Deli? You told me you ate a slad egg.
Yeah.
And then you exploded and it was all okay?
Well, you see, it is kind of weird. So essentially, I forced myself to go wild. I forced wild magic a whole bunch. I think it was like 10 times. And enough of the stuff I did made the curse state.
Because it was the wood thing, right?
Yeah.
It was like I made like a wood copy of myself. Yeah, like
I made like a wood copy of myself somehow, and the curse stayed in that instead of with me, I like went up in the air like 20 feet. It was so that's why I say I kind of exploded.
So is there a way that I could get you to come to Limbo and eat all the Sladai? And then they'll be gone. Because your stomach is like a literal black hole or something.
I mean, if you make sure I don't almost die like I did.
Okay,
that
I'm
time.
gonna start working on this. I may have a job for you in the future. Just
Okay.
give me a little while. I need to do some research.
Well, but real quick, but do you know
Yes,
how
yes.
to make? You know how to make my magic not powered by me eating garbage?
No idea.
Like I'm fine with being hungry, but like it'd be helpful if I didn't have to eat things just to help my friends.
I mean, I can.
Deadly, the chaos exterminator.
I might be able to figure that out as a result of figuring out how to weaponize you into a frog eating thing. But Deli, the issue with you is that I have nothing to compare you with. We don't know
Fair
of
enough.
anyone else like you, so it's hard to really break down. Really, what we need to do, Deli, is you need to do some science here. You need to start making hypotheses and start testing them. We need to get observable, repeatable evidence, and then we can start figuring out what is actually going on with you.
Well, I know it works if I eat gold too.
Okay, we'll test that. Stretch the limits of it. What can you eat to still have it work?
Okay.
And the next
I mean,
time
I've
we
eaten a
talk,
lot of stuff.
remember you have the orange.
About that.
Yes.
We kind of got shipwrecked,
Deli!
and I lost.
Deli! That's why you
What?
haven't said anything.
I was gonna mention that too. It's been
It's
kind of.
all right. It's all right. Here's another one.
Oh, thank you. I'll just mark that on my character sheet again.
I imagine it was just like something else. It wasn't an orange. It was just something else completely different. Like, here's a toenail or something.
No, it was another orange.
Because it's different every time.
No, he goes,
Wait, you have multiple of these?
I have an whole orchard of them in Limbo, yes. Don't ask why
That
it's
must be a
oranges. Long story.
That must be a weird looking tree.
It is kind of floating in the middle of nothingness, so yeah.
Okay. Is my magic the reason you were staring at me the whole trial thing?
No, you had a booger in your nose.
he reaches forward like, what? Like,
Oh, sorry.
I love playing this character.
Well, I'm gonna go find my friends. I'll try not to lose this orange.
Good. All right, I will start figuring out how
actually,
to make you into a vacuum cleaner, yes?
Wait. You said you have more of these?
An orchard, yeah.
Deli's gonna just look at it and just take a bite out of it.
Oh,
just to
why
see
would
what
you do
happens.
that?
Well, no, I go. Does he stop me?
I mean, I guess he's a god, so yeah, sure. No, don't do that.
Oh,
I don't actually know what will happen if you do that.
Okay, I won't do that then.
He said to experiment.
That is a good question to like, oh, what are the limits?
Yeah.
Just not for today.
Yeah.
Not when you're in the Court of Stars, please.
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
Can you scry on objects?
I think so.
Yes, there's a locate object or something, right? Oh no,
I
there's
think if you,
yeah, there is a
think you can
scry
scry
on an
into the
object, I
object.
believe. Yeah.
I want to scry on an object and send it into in Deli's belly.
What
or
do you
Maydog
think?
could.
Yeah.
You guys already looked inside my stomach. I mean, what? I don't know.
Right, but we didn't see what happens when something goes in and like watch all the magic
Okay,
stuff.
so that's not the
Stuff in
case. The actual scry spell is a creature or a location.
Okay.
The location of an
So-
object.
Well, yeah, but at that point you're not doing. So you just
Yeah.
say deli stomach, right? You would say the orange that we put in deli stomach.
That's fair. Well, then she needs to swallow something that has light, like lots of light.
No. Well, given what you found earlier, that might not help. So. Oh, give me a second here. Weird pretzel piece in my throat. Trying to mute myself here.
And let's take this moment to ask you all to subscribe to patreon.com/CalebEmpowers if you're enjoying this stream and want more awesome content like this.
Thank you for the plug.
And if you're not enjoying the stream, do it anyway. And then tell 5 other people that you know.
You need to get a drink of water, Caleb?
Or else you will not find the love of your life if you do not forward this to 5 other people.
That's true. That's why I
didn't do one of those chain emails and you're single forever. Oh boy.
Yeah. This is what happens when you get a Yahoo too early in your life. I was 8 years old and, I didn't know any better.
I want to do a one-shot about that concept now. I just like simple
What?
weird things being actual magic, right? Like changing worlds and things, yeah. Cool. Did anyone else want to have a scene before we leave with Court of Stars? To answer your question, Emily, I don't think anyone does.
If is there so like everybody kind of went off to do their own little thing for a little bit, right? For a very short period of time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Audrey goes to see if there's a library that he has access to.
I think in theory, yeah. What do you want to look up?
Oh my god, it's the library from Raya's mind.
Probably true, yeah.
That's hilarious. How to read for adult dwarves now. No, anything. Audrey would specifically go looking for information tied to, like, if there's any, like, how do I put this? Basically logs of people. Like
People usually
database of
Do they have a census?
Yeah. Basically, like a death census.
A death census, yeah, of course. You go to the obituary sections.
I was going to say I was going to say people generally aren't made of logs; they're made of flesh.
Teleptic constructs. That's
they're not people.
That is very offensive to constructs.
Wow,
right,
constructs
they
are people. Come on.
This
is the 21st century. Constructs are people.
They literally don't have sentience, but that's fine.
So small-minded of you all.
You want to go to the obits? And who are you trying to find?
Well, first off, Audrey wants to see if he can find himself.
Oh, yeah.
To see if there's himself and the girls.
Okay, yeah, just check everybody's names. Sure.
Is it like a computer? Just like type in the name?
No, I think it's a library, but it's a magic library, right? So you can like go to the Void Dragon library or whatever. Or no, it's probably like
the Wisp.
It's a Will-O-Wisp.
Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah. Will-O-Wisp, who helps you find the section you're looking for. And you have this thing, row your boat to actually find it, right?
Audrey's just whistling.
So probably there's a roll here, and it's just mainly like time-wise, right? Like, can you find all the stuff before you have to leave? So
Or any of the stuff.
Yeah. I think it's a history check. No, investigation. Crit failure. All right, I think you just don't have time. Like you know there's a library, but you cannot visit it, right? You just don't have
that's fine.
the ability to do so.
Dang.
That's fine.
Well, Anna, did you want to have a conversation with anyone before we head out?
I think I would just have one more question for Sophia.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of asking her, like, so are you like connected to kind of the will of Dragonborn Jesus?
Sorry,
You
wisdom
know-
you're talking to. Yeah, Sophia.
Yeah.
She kind of, rolls her head back and forth and she says, sort of. I don't know everything.
Well, I just want to know, like, a little while ago, I mean, I think seems like you know everything that I do.
We know enough.
I just want to ask, did Dragonborn Jesus really want me to 360 no scope that man?
Well, given that only happened out of character, I think she
No,
says...
I would just kind of be like, so like,
She looks straight at the camera.
so do I need to stop doing stuff with the Blood Sisters?
Let's put it this way, Anna. You have to ask yourself why you're doing the things that you're doing with the Blood Sisters. Is it because you're a double agent? Or is it because you actually want to be one of them? I can't answer that question for you.
So it's okay if I'm a double agent?
You're balancing on a tightrope, Anna. And you're very good at that. But even the best performer falls eventually. I'd find your way to the other side sooner or later.
Okay. Thank you.
The clear solution is you need to be a blood brother. Better get a wish spell.
So I think one thing that does happen before you guys leave is Mikhail comes to he brings you aside, Audrin. So maybe you're about to go look out for a library, right? And suddenly this god is just like, Audrin, can we talk?
Yeah, absolutely, sure. I'd be dumb to turn down a god.
Well, don't feel like it's a threat. You don't have to talk to me if you don't want to, but I have a request.
Anything. Audrin's very, relaxed and a little confused.
Yeah. You care for Takewee, yes? And you don't necessarily get the sense that he's asking, do you love her? It's just, is she your friend, right?
Yeah, and...
Audrin can maybe, do a jump start, oh no, does he know? But...
Yeah, I think Audrin, he just suddenly internally, he's like, ah! But externally, he's just like, yeah, I do.
Yeah. And he says, Takewee has a soft spot for her sister. And when it comes down to it, she may not be able to do what needs to be done. If the Blessed Sister has turned to evil, and Takewee can't do what needs, and Takewee can't redeem her, I need someone to finish the job. Can you do that for me, Audrin?
Did we
again internally, Audrin? No, okay, actually, no. I'll say this in a second.
Wait, do we know about the sister at all, though? Because they were speaking in Primordial.
Oh, yes, that's true. So he wouldn't. What? Okay, so what would you have told them about what she?
Nothing.
What are you just talking to? Nothing. Okay. So sorry. I
would say
I had to frame that differently. Then I was still.
all I would say to them is like, my sister's gotten into trouble.
Yeah.
And they've asked me to like help her get on the right path, and she stole something, and so we have to get it back. But I would not explain anything about the blessing or
you're
about.
Right. I just keep
that.
Because I know that I just keep acting like everybody does. I think so. Instead, he would say that the general stuff that I said, but then instead of saying what Takewi's sister did, she's being corrupted, she's turning to evil. And if Takei can't, we want Takei to be able to redeem her. That's the goal. But if she can't, I need you to finish the job. And stop. Zay, you said her name was?
That's her nickname. Her real name is Zanaya.
Okay. And stop Zanaya before she can do more damage. Can you do that for me, Audrey?
Absolutely. And Audrey is like immediately thinking back to the other pair of sisters, where there was the one good sister that Audrey liked and cared for, and then
yep.
everything's Audrey's like,
Takei will never forgive you if you kill her sister.
I know. But I feel like out of the other three, Audrey's the one to ask for this.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Oh, no, you definitely made the right call, but yeah.
I think Audrey goes, I will. If it's not too much to ask, if it comes to that, I might like help hiding for the rest of my life. Hiding from her for the rest of my life.
Yeah, he chuckles. I hope that this is a last ditch. I hope that this is a last resort, Audrey. But sometimes last resorts need to be taken. And we need to have the will necessary to take them.
Audrey just kind of like kind of looks at the ground and grimaces a little bit and says, believe me, I know.
If you can capture her, if that is on the table and Takei tries to redeem her to turn her back to good and she can't be, then you won't have to do anything because she'll be in our custody and we can judge her and execute her if need be. I will take that on as the god of death if I have to. But if there comes a moment where things hinge between life and death, between ruin and preservation of life, you need to make the call. You need to end her before she can end someone else, before she can end everything. Takei won't be able to.
Audrey nods and he holds up his arm that has the bracelet on it, and he just extends the blade out and stares at it for a second, and he retracts it.
The tool of an assassin.
It's almost as I've been built for the job.
He nods.
Regrettably, but.
And then I think he says, been watching you for a while, Audrey.
What, do you like sad stories? Do you like...
Turns out, yes.
Actually, yes, Mickey does like sad, sappy stories. So,
oh my gosh! I think Audrey says, "Okay, how long is a while? Because I'm pretty sure a while for a god and a while for me might be two different."
Ever since you died.
Oh.
It's usually when I get keyed onto someone.
Ah. So it's true then. Audrey kind of like looks back to his like towards his little mark.
Yeah, and he says, I don't think it's me who's doing that. And I don't think it's my wife, but I think Something about the powers that we hold is doing it. Something beyond our control. Life and death are marking people. It's trying to, the marks are trying to tell us something, and I need to know what that is. I think you might be important in that. There's a darkness in many people who get the mark. A back and forth, a dancing on a wire that happens. But not with you. You're the one person so far who has received the mark that I have been sure about from day one. You are a good man, Audrin. And you will be a good man until the end. And that is why you're special. You've gone through the exact same crap that everyone else has. But you haven't let it break you. You haven't let it bend you and shape you into a model that might fall on either side of the fence. I tell you this not because I want you to get a big head, because I know you won't. I tell you this to unfortunately place another burden on your back. I don't know about your companions. I don't even know about Takwi. But I know about you. I don't ask you to kill Takwi's sister because you're someone who shies at, who revels in death. It's not the kind of person I look for, ironically. I chose you for that, and I am watching you because I know that you can do something like that because it's right, not because it's easy.
Audrin chuckles a little bit when he says easy. Yeah. Life's never really been easy for me.
No, it hasn't.
And he just shrugs a little bit. If it was easy, it wouldn't be as fun. Maybe.
I like to think of life as a story, a novel, if you would. There are characters, and there is the author. The characters make their decisions, and they are for good or for ill, but the author knows how it's going to end before the first page is written. And the author, at the beginning of the story, said that you were a good man. And that is a truth that I stick by. It's a truth that I can see. And even though the story is shaping you, it's shaping you for a reason. Audrin, do you want to know what you told me when you died? What you asked me?
I'd also like to know when I died. I don't remember. I don't remember anything.
You drowned at sea. A scared, frightened pirate boy. My daughter found you, saved you. Or one of her servants. In the end, it doesn't matter. In the end, the difference is the same. As you were in this realm, you saw a glimpse that not many people see. Everyone gets clarity when they come here. Everyone understands themselves and their life more clearly, but you saw much more. You saw your entire life, past and present and future. I don't know why. I don't know how. But you looked at me, and you said, as a 10-year-old, they need me. Send me back. And I do then.
Audrin, like, chokes up just a little bit. And he takes a big swallow. He says, I just hope that I am who I need to be.
If you aren't now, you will be. And I think we get I don't think Mikhail tells you this, but I think we as the audience see a flashback to that moment. And we see Audrin, 10-year-old Audrin, jump into the ocean himself. This was not him falling. This was him despairing and just deciding to be like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm a slave. I hate my life. I hate everything. And he jumped. But once he saw the future, once he saw everything that he was destroying by leaving, he knew he had to go back. And Mikhail doesn't tell you that because he thinks you probably don't need to know that. But we see it. If you're fine with that, Jordan, obviously I don't.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, and I think he just nods, claps you on the shoulder, and he says, I'm still going to be watching. Know that you'll have someone in your corner, always.
Audrin nods.
Cool.
And I think Audrin just like adds at the end, whatever way I can help, whatever I can do, just let me know. And here's hoping that I have the patience to continue to deal with what's his name? I keep forgetting his name.
Avner.
And yeah, I think that's the last thing he says is, here's hoping I have the patience to continue to deal with Avner.
And we probably don't see how Mikhail responds because I don't even know if he's dead yet. So, but we probably cut there to let's make the rolls real quick and figure out if they live, die, whatever, right?
Well, turns out you don't need to anymore.
Right, exactly. He might say that.
He's like, actually, one moment. Bye. He just like turns to the side and like.
He's like, speaking of Avner, here he is. Say goodbye.
Okay, actually, I want to. What is the roll for a luck save? What was our established thing?
D20 plus level.
D20 plus, yeah.
Yes,
right?
plus proficiency.
Oh, proficiency.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if he's like, actually, he's right here. Want to send him to hell?
Oh, yeah. Make a decision about his eternal destiny.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so I want to roll a luck save to see if Audrin has read The Kissing Men.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
If it's 10 or like if it's 10 or more, then Audrin has read it. If it's less, then he has not.
Oh,
Audrin
he knows
is
that
very
book.
familiar with The Kissing Men.
The only book on the pirate ship.
I actually was thinking that he had one in his captain's quarters, tucked away somewhere.
It's a classic.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he read it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so Lyrith
It's like one of those things where like every captain has read that book for some odd reason.
Yeah. Lyrith and Tavi are going to really. They just need to make a stealth check, right? That's the main thing that needs to happen here. Can they sneak through the place to.
I would think,
wherever
are
it
they,
is.
or do they need to make some? Just arguing here, real
Mhm.
quick. Do they need to make an argument? Can I make an argument for whether they actually go or not, like a wisdom save to see whether or not they stay
I think they do.
or they?
I think Tabby's gonna go no matter what. There's no way he's not.
What about Conrad?
Conrad's I think gonna stay. I guess I'll roll for Conrad. That would be the one person. Lyrith will go with Tabby. Right.
Well,
Tabby?
then let Conrad stay then, because I mean he's going to lessen their chances of getting a good roll. So
I mean, he has. That's true. He doesn't actually have a good stealth roll. So the thing is, Lyrith has invisibility as a spell.
Nice.
So I think
It's more of
they
Tabby.
might come up with a plan, and Lyrith is gonna scout ahead, right? Because she can actually turn invisible.
Well, invisibility
can
can be cast on 2 people.
Yeah. Can
might be able to. She casts at a higher
a
level.
creature
I was
you
about to
touch,
say-
and she has. Well, it's concentration, and she has 2 spell slots, but she can't do both at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, because you know.
No, but
is
I
it
thought that-
upcasting?
Oh, third level.
Third,
Oh, she doesn't have third level spells right now.
stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so she
she's
can only
not
do
that
what?
high enough.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
her highest level is second, which is invisibility itself. Yeah. Yeah, she's not high enough level. She's only level 3, so. Yeah, so I think Lyrith is gonna have to sneak forward. And with invisibility. That gives her advantage, yes?
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think it gives her advantage on stealth roll,
Yeah,
and
'cause
then like, but
invisibility is like
even
an actual
if,
condition, right?
but even if like they do like hear her, they still don't see her, you know.
Right.
So it's still like she still has
Yep.
like a really good chance of
Impossible
being
to
able to like get
detect.
away.
Except for noise or tracks. Tackles have disadvantage. Okay, so I guess she's gonna get an advantage, but she rolls this, and even if they notice her, like they have to actually find her somehow. So I'm just gonna roll for Lyrith, I guess.
Is Tabby the more stealthy one though? Is he?
Let me
Because
check.
she could give him a bardic potentially.
No,
She could cast it on him.
Lyrith
and
is the
then-
best.
Okay.
Neither of them have it trained, but Lyrith has a 3 in it because she has a better dexterity. Okay. So here we go. 15's not bad.
18. She has advantage.
Let me look at the real thing that matters is the Hezrus, the demons. Is that their passive perception is 11, so she sneaks past them, fine. She finds where Avner is, right? It's concentration up to an hour. She finds where Avner is. He is stuck in a cage in a room. We see this like as the audience in a room where there's like a big a place where someone could be like sacrificed in like a sacrificial fire pit or whatever. He's not hanging over it or anything, though it looks like someone probably could be suspended over it. But he's in a cage in that room, and has just been sitting there.
Quietly?
No, necessarily, but you know, there's not anyone to hear him really. It doesn't look like there's just
Fair
like
enough.
some statues in the room, and that's about it. Some like decorations and things. And I think Lyrith is gonna have to like try to pick the lock, right? She doesn't have thieves' tools though.
She can make a sleight of hand check, I think, at disadvantage.
Is that what it
Is that
is?
what it is? Something like that.
She has a good sleight of hand, so that might work. Let's check. Oh, that doesn't. Picking locks. Is there any information on this anywhere? Don't see. Creature proficient with thieves' tools can pick this lock with a successful DC 15 dexterity check. Your DM may decide that better locks are available for higher prices. I'm fine with that though. That makes sense to me, right? Sleight of hand at disadvantage. That seems reasonable. To try to find, there's some. I mean, Tavi has thieves' tools, so she could just borrow those. And I guess she'll just do this at disadvantage. See what happens. 16, not bad. Yeah, I think she managed to get the cage open, and so the lock clicks open, and the door opens, and Avner's like, "Hello, is anyone there?" And he's like in his underwear, right?
Right.
Hello, and Lyra says, Avner, it's me. I'm here to get you out. I'm invisible. It's Lirith. And he says, "Oh, thank goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go. And he stands up, and that's where we see a two-headed statue in the other side of the room comes to life. And, basically it's just like going to turn on them. But I think they might be able to run. The issue is Avner's not invisible. So, and they're still, like, she had to go through a monster lair to get here. So I'm trying to think of what the, like, role is. Like, it might just be running, right? Can they just run past everybody fast enough?
I mean,
get
Lirith
out?
probably could, but it's whether Avner.
It's
could, right?
Avner, right? Of course.
Well, and here's the real kicker. Avner's not going to know where to go because Lirith's invisible. Like Lirith can't lead him out. He has to.
You can hold his hand, but
he got brought in here too. He could potentially like remember, assuming he's that smart, how to get out, given the way that they got brought in.
Well, he got teleported in though, so.
Oh right, he did.
Well, oh no, but he got teleported at the entrance though. We saw because his blood was like over places. It's also whether or not they can make it back in 10 minutes, or because the portal isn't. Or
oh right, that portal.
Because the portal.
Yeah, this would have to have been in that 10 minutes that this is happening, right?
Right. Right.
And I think that's basically what Lirith says. She's like, we don't have time. We have to run right now. Like, just book it as fast as we can go. So I think that's what it is, right? Avner's just gonna roll an athletics check to see if he can run fast enough. He has a 0 on this.
What would Avner like to reveal something about his past?
Can she give him a bardic?
Yes, that's true. I don't think we've ever let NPCs give background stuff, so
I was kidding.
So we'll go ahead and roll.
Avner's never run before in his life anyway, so there's no way he could have gotten advantage.
Yeah.
This is the first time he's ever breaking a sweat.
Well, with that
one time
revelation, I guess he has disadvantage. No.
One time I had to run away from a shrewd woman.
Yeah, exactly.
I imagine like if he were if he were a player character and he had to give a background story, it'd be something like, well, the last time I broke a sweat was when I was gambling horribly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. Whoa.
Oh.
He got an
break
18.
20, break 20, break 20.
That's awesome.
You know what? It's better. I was feeling like he was actually going to
23. Yeah, I mean, I think he does it. Right? Like,
his survival instincts is so high. He's just like, I'm getting out
Such
alive.
high self-preservation.
Oh,
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna check some like speeds here. Okay, I think. So the thing is, he got a 23. The thing is, he has to beat both the statue that just came to life and the demon to actually get out. They're going to make their own athletics checks to like chase. And they both have very good rolls. So here we go. The statue already.
Oh,
higher.
no.
I'll just check with the demon too. No, the demon. Yeah.
Hey,
Demon's
I was
not
right.
paying
One of them
attention at all.
crit failed.
Crit failed. So what hardly happens, right, is they are running, and for dramatic purposes, they probably get past the demon. But the statue is just like running after them. And as it is a further description, right? It's here, let me actually find my specific notes here.
Man, just one above.
I know, literally one above, and
that's terrible. And he rolled so good.
Yep.
Yeah.
He rolled really well.
Wow. That's really bad luck.
Yep. So the golem.
They don't call him bad luck Av for nothing.
The statue possesses the stout, stylized body of an ape, This statue has 2 stone tentacles where each of its arms should be. Sprouting from its shoulders are 2 fanged baboon heads. So I think I actually have a token for this too. Are you guys on the right thing here? You are, okay.
So it's a gorilla statue with tentacles for arms.
It looks like that.
Oh,
Ew.
Yeah.
creepy
That's
looking.
terrifying.
Oh, that's actually more sensical than what I was imagining.
And it's just, and then its tentacles reach out, right, and grasp Avner, and probably just pop his body like a grape, because it has the ability to do so. It's like a constrict ability. I guess I could roll for. Yeah, okay. This is what I'm gonna do.
Would it want to kill him?
The statue catches him. It is going to do a tentacle attack. If it hits, it will do its damage and just outright kill Avner because it does so much damage. But if it misses, I think they get away because there was the one difference, right? So like I think they're almost escaping, and then the thing grabs him. It might grab him, right? Otherwise, they can jump into the portal. Okay, so his armor class.
But my question is, would it actually kill him since they know they want him to sacrifice?
I think, given what I know about the statue's purpose, it would kill him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Let me. Can you give me access to Lyris' character sheet? I want to like.
Yeah, sure. If you have anything that she could help with.
I
mean,
just
she has
feel
like
like
disguise self, so she could like try to pretend to be the demon ape or something. Like, but that I don't know. That seems
that seems a little bold for her.
right. Exactly. There you go.
Thank you. Just want to see because I feel like I always forget like what her like subclass things can do with like
right
her bardics other than just inspire. So I wanted to see if she like I'm trying to help you out.
Oh, hey, wait a second. Her Mantle of Inspiration. She can choose any number of creatures you can see and that can see with you within 60 feet, and they get temporary hit points and can move as a reaction up to their speed.
Hold on, wait. I just refreshed my page and I'm on Terra Nullius now. What the heck?
If you go to another Roll20 game and then refresh the original one, it does that. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
That's happened to me before.
Bye, Terra Nullius. Okay. Here we go. So wait, so what does she have? She has
Mantle of Inspiration. Remember, it's the thing that gives people temporary hit points, but they can also use their reaction to move up to their speed.
Oh, right.
Without provoking into opportunity attacks.
Would he just get away then?
I think he might just get away. If you guys are fine with that, I'm fine with that, right? Like, I think it was by 1 point, and if she has this extra ability, he can just quickly move, not do an attack of opportunity and just go. Right.
Right. It's like it's about to get him, but then she just like inspires him to like.
Right, because the idea would, if we're doing this in turn order, it would be like right before the thing's turn, her turn maybe, and then she can do it, and then he just quick dashes the rest of the way.
Mechanically, I'm fine with that. Emotionally, it hurts me to know Avner's still going to live.
I think it's close enough that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Say it, Seth. Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
I am relieved that Avner is alive because I want the reward that is going to come by not being punished in the next module.
Well, let's be real here. At this point, Lyrith is going to get rewarded because she did what we could not do.
And let's face it, if anyone is going to kill Avner, it's going to be us.
It's not, though. Maybe Deli, but
Deli wants to kill him.
Okay, so now this is the question. There's still the matter of escaping whatever antlion trap the jungle is, right? And in theory, there was something in the temple that you have to destroy or whatever, right, to like stop that effect from happening. But you're in the god's domain. They could teleport you and them outside of that sphere. I think given that we're like really close to the end of things, and like we could have, there's 2 options I see here, right? Either you guys get ported down and Takeaway has her new giant hammer and then you just go to town on these things and just to try to attack them. Or we have you guys skip that and come back to this at a later date, which is, that would also be fine too. Like, this is here and it's bad and it's evil and you're probably gonna want to destroy it at some point. But if, like, because you're in this court of stars, right, they can probably do that, work that magic for you if you wanted them to.
We're
Up to you
still
guys.
we're still relatively low on resources. We still haven't had a long rest.
Yeah, coming back to this later would be preferable.
Yeah, I mean, like, as much as I like want to kill all these demons, I have like no bardic inspirations. I only have one rage left. I'm like,
and like if you like just rested in the jungle, it seems sort of anticlimactic of the story here, right? The arc here to have you guys teleport back, rest in the jungle, and then just go in and kill one thing, right? And then
here's the thing: can they just teleport me in, and then everyone else cannot go in? Because I feel great. I am a short rest recharge character, so I got this, guys.
What would you guys like? Obviously, there's like the player consideration, but there's also like, what would your characters ask them to do?
I think that all depends if they're alive or not.
Oh, right, and so I think we skip back, right? Audrey was just asking about Avner, or talking about Avner to Mikhail, and says, like, your patience will still be tested. Your remaining companions managed to save him from the temple, so there's at least that. He's still alive.
Audrey just like breathed a huge sigh of relief.
I think Takui would ask Mikhail, like, especially because she's part of the Bitter Curtain, she'd be like, what do you want us to do? Do you think that we are capable of going and finishing the job? If you send us in with confidence, we'll go in. I think that's what she would say, but I don't know about everybody else, how they feel about it.
Yeah, he kind of smiles at that, right? When you say, like, if we'll go in with confidence if you want us to. And he says, confidence is what I need from you. I have to say, I think it might be good to rid the Isle of Dread of at least one evil temple. I think this might be the point where you find out who this thing is that you've been who Aquensu really is. I think this is the moment where he reveals it to you. It makes sense. So this is what he says. I think he says, something. There are other forces in this world that in the multiverse that are playing games, not just us. And the things that drew you to the temple, where you almost died, they serve him, our primary enemy right now. The one who has taken the Devourer's place in trying to end the planes as we know them. His name is Demogorgon, the Prince of Demons. And this is before Stranger Things took that name. This is an actual demon in, like, D&D mythology. He has two heads. He both baboon-faced, tentacles for arms, reptilian legs, a horrible monstrosity. Two minds that work against each other, but minds that are brilliant and terrible and are gathering demon hordes to themselves. This temple is a small part of his power, but I want to send you back there to get rid of it, to destroy it utterly. Can you do that for me, agent of the Order of the Bitter Curtain?
Blade Warden.
Yeah. Can you do that for me, Blade Warden?
And she's like, yeah, I will. She's so excited about her new title. And then
it will not be the first of these. It will not be the first place tainted by Demogorgon that you will enter on that island.
Can I ask a quick question? What did the angel on the island have to do with this?
Yes, her. She's not a demon, but she qualifies as a sort of fallen angel. Served Dragonborn Jesus back when everything was a lot weirder. I'm still not entirely sure how the timeline even works on a lot of this, given all of the cycles. And anyway, but when the Igbaye Empire fell, she was the person who should have stopped it, and she didn't. She should have saw what Demogorgon was doing.
But she was complacent.
She should have stopped the Shadow Pearl.
Shadow Pearl.
The what?
The thing that ended the Empire, that ended the Isle of Dread, that made it into the Isle of Dread. A giant, monstrous black pearl that transformed men and animals alike into hideous monstrosities.
Is there more than one of those?
He looks at you. I think you already know the answer to that question.
Okay.
Let's just say that there are games being played, and you are the pieces that we're putting into place to stop the moves before they happen. This temple is a small part of that, but I think it's worth destroying if you're up to it.
Well, I hope now that I've been upgraded from pawn to knight, I, will gladly go forth.
Is Madoc still around?
He can't be if you want him to be.
I would turn to him. I would try to kind of as soon as like he says like I think you know more that she would just look to Madoc and go like have this like look of like I think I just figured something out.
Okay.
And she has like and she wants to just talk with him real
quick. So one thing I think happens as you guys are having this conversation is another person walks into I think a pair of people walk into the council chambers here. And it's a guy who kind of looks like I don't know, like Apollo. Right, so kind of like tall, muscular dude who is kind of like wearing like a toga-ish sort of thing, right? Like loose kind of more casual clothing, sandals and stuff. He has like bright eyes and like red hair. Not like fire hair, but red hair. And this is Esh. You just know that instinctively, Takely. And he's arguing with a woman in a dress. And she has like dirty brown hair. And
I wonder who that is.
Yeah. And it's Araya. It's Ari. And they're arguing about like the whole situation. Araya is basically saying like, Ash, you have a responsibility to the Court of Stars, to your father, to make sure that these sort of mistakes don't happen. I trained you better than this. And Ash is just like waving her off. It's like, it's fine. It all worked out. I knew what I was doing, Mom. And Mikhail turns, and then just says, I think I need to go have a conversation with my son. Would you excuse me? Buck can see you out. And you turn and he turns to the dragon that has been there the whole time, Ayal. And it's at that moment. Does anyone speak Draconic?
Me.
Yeah. So it's at that point where both of you are like, oh, Ayal just means deer in Hebrew. Buck, deer, rat, like stag, like it's all the same word. Yeah.
I was wondering if that was either him or Ix.
Yeah. That was Buck.
My two languages are so lame that they're not relevant in any of our campaigns.
What are your languages right now?
Elvish and Orc. Like, we've upgraded to god levels of
I'll bring it back later. I
speak and
promise.
everything.
I'll bring it back.
It's not a big deal. It's just funny that I'm like, yeah, Elvish and Orcs seem like they would be like a good thing to know.
And they're definitely relevant to your backstory, but
Yeah.
We just haven't got to a lot of it yet.
Being that I'm a half elf and that I was basically like brought up by orcs.
Indeed. But yeah, so Buck, kind of shows you back out to the teleportation pad. But Deli, I know you wanted to talk to Madoc first.
Quick like waves to like as she like gives like a shy like,
and he winks at you,
and she just like says she like mouths like thank you.
He nods
and then walks away.
Cool. So Deli, you want to talk with Madoc?
Yeah. So she just go up to him like,
I remembered something.
Yes.
I remembered it before, but I don't know if I've mentioned it to you before. I have a vague memory of a shadow pearl from when I was a child.
What? What do you mean, Deli?
I don't even know.
Honestly, this happened way back when, so I don't remember exactly.
I think that's
Deli
it. That's it. I
remembered.
don't know if there's anything else, right? You just remember it being in your dad's house or something, right? Like,
I don't remember other than that there was one. And I think it was shortly after that thing started happening. Did I eat a shadow pearl?
Deli, that would make so much sense of so many things.
Because, I mean, my wild magic, it's not normal for people. Like,
do I call myself a druid, or do I just know I turn into animals?
That is a good question. I don't know what you call yourself.
I don't think Deli does either.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even control what animals I turn into all the time. And apparently one time I turned into a monster.
That sounds familiar.
And it
Deli,
sounds
that
like they're
connects
similar to the things that the shadow pearl turns people
That
into.
connects the dots on so many things. The reason why you have this insatiable hunger, the reason why your magic is so chaotic to the point of being almost evil. There's something in you that is devouring everything it touches, and it's not just your stomach.
What do you mean?
It's the pearl itself.
What else is it?
I'm confused. I meant like, what else is it devouring? Like, what else is it devouring if it's not my stomach?
No,
I
I'm
see
just
what you're
saying
The
it's not
pearl
your
is what's
stomach,
devouring.
right? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like your stomach isn't just this weird thing. Like it's because you swallowed and then that's what it all began there, right? Like you were a totally normal child until you ate a shadow pearl. And then he's like, Deli, who was your father?
I know who he is now, but I don't know who I thought he was then. All I know is he abandoned me.
Deli, this could be
another way.
If saying I forgot his name, let me double check.
Sure. He says, Deli, this could be important. I need to know the name. I need to know who he was.
Give me a second. Roll 20 is being slow.
And I can send it to you again if you.
Yeah, send it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't remember where I didn't write it down on my character sheet apparently.
Yeah,
oh wait, no, it's gonna be here. Send it to me anyway. We'll see if you can send it first.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there you are.
Right. Okay.
My father's Alicent Bosco, the leader of the Crimson Fleet. And I think that's why he has the Shadow Pearl.
He nods and closes his eyes. It all makes sense now.
Believe me, if I find him, I'll make sure he doesn't have anything else to ruin the world with. Not after he ruined mine.
I believe you.
Is there anything I can do now that we know what caused this?
The danger here, Deli, is if we try something too drastic, it could kill you. Separating who you are now from what it did to you may be irreversible. But I promise I will try.
Okay, thank you. You know how to get a hold of me. Holding up the orange.
I do indeed. Deli, we're going to find a way to fix this, to get to the bottom of all of this, to stop your father, and to stop all of this from happening. And you just may be the secret to all of it.
Yeah, as soon as I found out what he's doing, I figured I just have to put the stop to something.
Good luck.
Believe me, I'm looking forward to it. I have words for my father.
I'm sure you do. Farewell, Deli.
To come up yet.
Yeah. Farewell, Deli, and good luck. And then we just see you guys on Buck's, dragon form flying, being dropped off of the teleportation pad, and then being dropped back. And I think it's probably even just is your plan to try to rest first?
I mean, we'd have to do a long rest, and I don't think that's gonna happen.
Unless somebody wants to heal us while we're here, we're probably just gonna have to go as we are.
I mean, I'm at full hit points. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of bardics and spell slots. It's other resources.
Is there an actual does Hero's Feast or something like that give you long rest, or isn't there a spell that automatically gives you a long rest or something?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
That sounds familiar.
There's a elixir of long rest or something like that. Elixir just gives hit points and a few other things, like cure of disease and poison. I think there's an elixir that gives you a long rest. If anything, it's a thing I've heard homebrewed before.
Yeah, that seems reasonable, right? I don't think it would be they just wave their hands, because that's kind of silly. But maybe I think that makes sense. I'm more interested in you guys coming back guns blazing, right? Than kind of boringly going back into the jungle, sleep for 8 hours, and then come back.
Could it be something like Magnificent Mansion or Lehman's Tiny Hut that it just extra dimensional, so it's outside, it exists outside of time because they're gods, and
I think it might be more interesting.
So the bottle of long rest gives you the effects of a rest, but after 24 hours they fall asleep for a number of weeks, equal to the amount of bottles of long rest they have consumed.
Well, 1 week isn't super bad, but I think it's I no matter what way they do this, I think it's the flavor of it. We don't need to actually look up mechanics necessarily, but I think it might be interesting if they hand you something equivalent to that, right? Just a bottle, a little elixir that you guys can all down.
Well, it's ambrosia.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't really want to hand wave this. Mm-hmm. And it seems less interesting to me for you guys to actually sleep, even if it's in a extra dimensional space.
If there is a tree of life here, it makes sense that the river going through to it would invigorate. I mean, this is a god place. I mean,
that's true. Maybe they just give you some apple juice. Right? It's some elixir distilled from that. That makes sense. Yeah, I think either way, they give you an elixir, and it just gives you the effects of a long rest, and we can just kind of consider that done. Because I think it's way more interesting if we see Bifrost level coming back down, Takui with her new hammer in hand, just ready to pound things. Where I'm more interested in that. So it's we see Avner and Lirith jump through the portal, right? And Tavi and Conrad are waiting tensely, and Lirith becomes visible again, and he's like, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of here right now. I don't know if they're going to be on, coming to get us. This portal is still open. And that's the point where we just see like a flash of light, and everyone's just still like ready to go to just jump back into the portal and into the fray again.
Wait,
right?
it's only been 10 minutes here then?
I think so.
Because we took
Oh no, you're
short
right. You're
rest.
right. You're right. You're right. Yes.
The
yes.
portal would
yes.
have closed by now.
So that happens, and they probably find a place to hide in the caves or whatever, right? And then some hours pass, and I think maybe it's like, I'm trying to think of like the most dramatic way to present it, right? I guess it's just probably we just hear them talking, right? We just hear the Avner and Conrad and Tabby and Lyrith just all like talking amongst themselves, like, what are we gonna do? Like, we have to leave, but we can't leave. Like, the jungle's not letting us leave. Like, I don't know how we're gonna get out of this. Like, do you know where they went? No, they might have died. I don't know. And Avner just like, no, maybe this is what it is. It's Tabby stands up and he says, we have to find a way to get out of here. And Deli said that there was something in that temple that was, all the magic was pointing to it. It has to be the secret. We have to go in there. We have to stop it. Even if we die, it's better than just dying here of starvation. And Lyrith nods. Avner and Conrad are both like shaking their heads like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. What are you talking about? Avner has his clothes back on, right?
They're the Shaggy and Scooby of the group.
And that's the point where like Tabby's just like, I have to do it. Sorry. Like, and Lyrith's like, I'm coming with you. And they turn to go do that. And that's when flash of light, you guys appear ready to rock and roll. So cool.
Quick question.
Yep.
Not to be like, maybe not, since maybe this wouldn't be the case since it's, given how my magic works, but would the magic restore any of my spell slots?
No, yeah. We'll say long rest, you can get your spell slots back. That's fine.
Well, no, because long rest doesn't give me spell
No, I know,
slots
but
back.
I mean, they have treasure they can give you. It's fine. Madoc
Okay,
at the very
cool.
least can just give you some treasure to eat.
Sick.
That's fine.
Like, you're probably hungry. I'm like, yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm more interested. Like, there's just no real good reason to not just have you all buffed and ready to go after you just visited with the gods, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't just be like, sorry, deal with it. You're all half dead. Go back, right? Yeah.
You know this thing of demons that's really being a danger to the multiverse?
We're not going
Deal
to
with it
prepare you
on
for it
your
at all.
own. We
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
care.
Yeah. It's the least they can do, right? Is to give you like a long rest. So.
I mean, we did invade their territory accidentally, but you know.
It's fine. It all got worked out. Everyone's friends again, except for your sister. Well, cool. I think we'll probably just go ahead and end it there, and we can do next session with one final push into the temple to defeat all the baddies, right?
The problem is going to be if we go to the portal again and just the same thing happens.
Yeah.
Actually, current
Hikwi
thought is
has a cool magic item that can hurt demons more, you know?
That's my current thought is we didn't check the other half of the area. Maybe there's another way to get in there. Maybe.
Yeah.
We saw light from above.
Indeed. Cool stuff. Well, we'll go ahead and end it there, and we'll do an after show and talk about this session. Thanks for playing, guys. We are out.